Dogecoin and altcoin fans, I'm going to make a Dogecoin video because just everywhere I go, when I wear a Bitcoin shirt or a Bitcoin hat or whatever, I think it's 100% of people. No, it's not 100. There's one person who only bought Ethereum and I think VeChain, which were pretty good buys back in January, but really good buys. All besides one person I've talked to about crypto just randomly who saw my attire out and about. Besides one person, all of them talked about Doge, almost 100%. So I think it's kind of important to cover Doge because that is what is helping get some crypto adoption coming. And so I kind of want to warn people about Doge and its possibilities. So let's take off. Actually, first off, if you're a Dogecoin person and you've never used TradingView, watch my library video about how to set up, or how TF does he set up his chart, the one that says something about a chart. And go to my playlist and to the library playlist and look at that. Go through that video so you can have a little bit more just so you can judge better what the hell Dogecoin is going to do. Because a lot of people out there are buying Dogecoin. So if you're one of those people who have no idea if price is going to go up or down, you don't even know how to tell, go watch that video, stop this and go watch that, then come back. Okay. All right, so assuming you've watched that and you know how to set up EMAs at minimum on tradingview.com, because it's a free account. Just sign up with an email and a password, you're done. You don't have to pay anything, right? You just can't do more than 3 indicators at a time. But anyway, Dogecoin, without any EMAs on, it is at major risk to coming back down all the way to this previous market cycle high. Or getting very close, somewhere to like the top here. So if it tumbles down, and this can't hold it, which is about 6 cents, which I'm almost certain it's going to hit at some point. But if that 6 cent area, this structure right here, which is dating back, so early this year, 2021, so early 2021, that market structure right there, Dogecoin's probably going to come to it, go on a little rally, and then potentially break down through it. So when that happens, and it will retrace back down. It might make a higher low though, and then keep charging up. That could be its bottoming structure from this structure right here, which is exactly what Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing. They're basing off the previous structure before, a run up. It's the same exact type of formation, and Doge has yet to touch it. So if you want to go look how common this is, just from a structural standpoint, look. So Ethereum also got really hot. It made a structure here when at the beginning of the year, January to February. And where is Ethereum coming down to? Came down to here and right in the smack dab middle. Bitcoin came down to the very bottom of that structure, and Ethereum might have yet to go down to the bottom of its structure too. Bitcoin went to the very depths of this. Like it literally hit this wick exactly. And this to about a $900 point. If you looked at the ultimate high of 2020, somewhere around here, it was 29,800 and Bitcoin came down to like 28,900. So within $1,000 of last year's high mixed with these wicks right here. So it's a very common structural thing to see a coin, at least at bare minimum during a correction, with one specific thing in mind. It got hot fast, right? So if a coin doesn't go up thousands and thousands of percent, it doesn't have to come back down this low. But the thing is, Doge got hotter than almost any coin out there. Fast. I mean, look at this crap. So from here to there is how much time? 175 days. And it went up. That's ridiculous. 26,000%. That's 270x. $1 became $270. Like that actually might be the biggest run in all of crypto, or the top 5. So its correction is going to be way more severe. I'm telling you. This for Dogecoin could be just its beginning. Will it likely have a relief rally up? Sure. It's probably going to get blocked by 44 cents if it gets that high. But it's extremely probable, even as Bitcoin, for example, starts slowly recovering. Let's say Bitcoin starts slowly recovering and it forms this little shape here and it gets to 60K by January of 2022, this next, around Christmas time. Even in that event, Dogecoin, in the meantime, will keep bleeding out as Bitcoin is getting close to its all-time high. It'll bleed out until then. And then it might recover after Bitcoin starts breaking all-time highs. That is most probable. Now, has Dogecoin recently been among the strongest charts in crypto? Yes, until recently. And I had a live video where people all across YouTube were asking me a question. What do I think is going to happen to Doge? I said, I think it's going to have a squeeze play down and it's going to be a very aggressive pop. And 2 days later, it's exactly what happened. So I'll show you what that was. So you know how to use EMAs just a little bit here. So the 10, and you can take off price by hitting this. So on TradingView, see where my cursor is up here? You can hit that. So you can see this cross here. This is a bearish cross. This is the 10. This is the 89. These are EMAs. You can see them here. I have them set up 10, 21, 55, 89, 200. I've unchecked all but the 10 and the 89, which are purple and red. Okay. This is a very bearish cross that has played out historically with a very violent move in Dogecoin's history. So here it crossed, here it crossed, but it actually had a fake out down, it had a violent move up. Here it had a violent move down. Here it had a move down, and here it failed to cross. Like it was just kind of like a pre-fake out. It chose not to cross, and therefore it pumped up. So these EMAs, crossing or not crossing, have almost a perfect track record besides one fake out. It essentially worked to avoid that cross, but it did cross technically, but it kind of did something like this. So a lot of times when bearish EMAs crossings are about to happen, price will try to get above it. And that's actually happening right now on Ethereum. Can't remember which EMAs are getting ready to cross on Ethereum though. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. So a very bearish cross here is the daily. So I'm on a different chart now. Daily on Ethereum, this red is going to cross the orange. So this is the smallest and fastest moving EMA. This is the slowest moving EMA for the daily. You could make it slower because I just picked 200, but on my chart, it's the slowest moving. If these cross down, that's going to be real bad. It's going to produce a pretty big move down. So you can see here, Ethereum went below its daily 200, was dragging this 10 down, and it worked and it skyrocketed back up and worked to avoid that bearish cross. You see that? Let me get rid of the triangle so you can see it better. It worked to avoid that cross. See that? And put price back on, came way down and blasted up to avoid that cross, essentially. And so on Dogecoin, what you're going to want to be looking for if you sign into TradingView and actually become, a halfway, you need to be self-educated on what you're buying, right? So I'm trying to give you some basic tools. It's in my playlist. It's a free playlist. Watch it on ×2 speed. At least watch the charting one so you can see what's happening here. Dogecoin's getting ready to have a really nasty cross here. That's the same cross that's getting ready to happen on Ethereum. So the daily cross, that squeeze play already happened on the red and purple. It produced a big down move, huge. So take off the purple and put on the orange. Purple's 89, the orange 200. It would produce another big down move. However, it's very possible that Dogecoin price works to avoid that and it comes up at least for a relief rally. It might fail it, then head down and allow this to cross. Similar to how this failed to cross the first time and then it crossed the second time, that might be about what's ready to happen on the 200. So these are very, very simple trading tools that you should be using to determine whether your investment in Dogecoin is going to tank or not. So the best advice I could give to you is if Doge goes on a relief rally somewhere in the 40-cent range or mid 30s to 40 cent, I personally, this is not financial advice. This is what I would do if I happen to be a crypto noob who bought Dogecoin. And a lot of the noobs called it right? They bought something that went skyrocketing. So, congrats to a lot of folks who had that event happen and made that choice. But if I were holding it, I would be a seller of a rally into the mid 30s to 40 cent range. I would sell into that, all of it, and wait to buy back lower. Personally. Again, that's not financial advice. That is personally what I would do. Here is why. Historically, let's just look at Bitcoin. When Bitcoin, and let's take off EMAs. Historically, when Bitcoin, or any altcoin, really, any asset, for the most part, when it has a severe downturn, it has relief rallies and then keeps going down. So that's why I'm saying I would sell into the relief rally. So Doge actually might only be about here in its descent, but I'm thinking it's more like here. Could get a relief rally, but I think I would be a seller of that. And that's this structure here would be pretty similar to the structure of Doge hitting about 38 to 40 cents. Even though it got so hot so fast, I mean, it's just so, you know, what Doge does is going to be so much more volatile. I mean, I really think Doge could easily lose 98% of its value coming, I mean, more, 99% of its value coming down to this market cycle area here. It could easily lose 99% of its value. If you don't believe me, what did Cardano do just last bear market? Look. Cardano lost 99% of its value. The biggest YouTube hype coin out there. Look at that at the bottom of the screen, 98.75, 99%. If the most popular YouTube crypto coin can lose 99% of its value from last market cycle, well, now the most popular YouTube, it's not even a YouTube crypto, it's more like a Reddit and Twitter and Elon Musk coin, or what, or what's the Dallas Mavericks former owner or current owner, I can't remember his name, that billionaire who's been tweeting about it. Anyway, if the most popular, you know, hype coin of this run or last run could lose 99%, why the hell can't Dogecoin? And the likelihood of it happening is not that low. It's actually fairly high. So these are all the reasons I'm trying to tell you, if there's a relief rally, don't just think about holding on to this for years, folks. You're going to be better off just selling into a relief rally and buying back once it, you know, either gets down here or down here. You're going to want to see a 90+% correction because this got too hot too fast. And that's when I would buy back after it gets to about a 92 to 95% correction, which would be at this market structure. That would be the earliest I would potentially buy back. Dogecoin does have a chance of recovering around 5 cents. Absolutely does. But from there, after it pops back up, the chances of it heading lower, it might be as high as 50-50. But the chances of Doge getting down to 5 cents, it's a very high likelihood. It's well over 50% chance. That's just how price action moves in crypto when a specific asset gets super hot, super fast. Its correction is longer, sometimes not longer, but it's long and nasty. It's nastier because the run up was higher. So for every, I think it's the third law of thermodynamics. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Hopefully that's the third. Sorry if I just exposed my ignorance, but so equal and opposite reaction, it's not quite opposite, right? But applying that, price moves a lot like physics in terms of bouncing and oscillations. And you see how all these oscillations are heavy and then it flattens out before that string is plucked again, right? So after this volatility, the string is plucked, it's making a loud noise on a guitar, and then the noise gets softer and softer, and then volatility happens again. Price moves like physics, I'm telling you. Third law of thermodynamics. For every action, equal and opposite reaction. In crypto, the thermodynamics physics laws are slightly different. For every reaction, there's an almost equal and opposite reaction, right? But I'm telling you that if you're a Dogecoin holder, I mean, there could be, well, there's an extremely high chance of Doge hitting 4 to 6 cents, as in very high chance, well over 50. There's a 40 to 50% chance of Dogecoin losing all of its gains and coming back down to this market structure here, somewhere around 0.004 cents. Under half a penny, I'm telling you. The chance is not bad. So what I'm trying to say is, Could I be wrong about a relief rally? It just heads up forever? Yeah, but that's the one thing my channel tries to tell people about is things are not up forever, right? And so these are all my evidence points about a relief rally being a smart thing to sell into. Perhaps even 100% of your Doge. Now, if you don't want to sell 100%, maybe 50 bag it. And if you don't know what 50 bag means, go to my library section. It should be linked in the description. You don't even have to go to my channel. Just look in the description. It says 10 bag or something with the word bag. I teach you strategies on not selling all of your crypto, but a portion of it to then use that Tether or whatever stable coin into which you sold your Doge or whatever to buy it back lower, but not sell 100% because it's possible that it keeps going up. So if it keeps going up, you don't want to have to chase it with 100% of what you sold, right? Of all that stable coin. But in this event, during a down market, if there's a relief rally, I think there's strong justification. Personally, for me, if I were holding, I would 100 bag it. I would sell personally all of my Dogecoin on a relief rally because the evidence is just strikingly clear or overwhelming. Is it a 100% chance that that's the best decision? No, there are no 100% in trading. So if you're a Dogecoin holder, you've never used TradingView, slap yourself on the hand for it. If you're going to be throwing money at crypto, you bare minimum need a TradingView free account. And you need to watch some crypto traders, not just the folks who talk about news and white papers. That's important too, you know, what's upcoming, but it doesn't tell you when to buy and sell. It doesn't. Usually those actually tell you when to buy at the very worst times. Like buying here. When was all that Theta news coming out? When Theta was up here on a big run up. When did Harmony One start getting news? When it was up here structurally. When did Pirate Chain get a lot of news? When it was up here structurally. So a lot of the fundamentalists, that's good to know. But when they talk about, oh, you need to have this in your portfolio, get some exposure, that's bullshit. If it's being covered on YouTube, that's when you want to be selling it. I'm telling you. In terms of being covered on YouTube, in terms of hype, especially if you go to trading, you see big green candles and you can use this. See this on the left-hand side? Use a measuring tool. Just pick a spot down low where it had a base, measure up. If it's over 1,000%, it went up too high. This is 23,000%. Okay, look at BPro, a coin that my essentially helped start my channel or started my channel. Because I pumped it. So this breakout here, only 7,000%. And look at how far down it's gone. 95%. 95% would put Dogecoin at about 5.5 cents at this market structure here. That's just how price moves, folks. It's just how price moves. I'm telling you. So I know that there are a lot of retail investors out there, crypto retail folks who are all about Doge. I get it. You know, I like it because it's a monetary coin. It is not a blockchain business. I think it's a better bet to be more exposed in crypto in terms of an investment or a trade for monetary coins as opposed to blockchain businesses. So Dogecoin is not a business. It's not a blockchain business. It is a form of money. Monero is a form of money. Bitcoin's a form of money. Litecoin's a form of money. Bitcoin Cash, Viacoin, Grosso Coin, you know, a lot of those 2013, 2014 coins that were trying to improve Bitcoin, which actually they did. Those are all monetary coins. Those are not blockchain business coins. But nowadays, about 90% of crypto out there are blockchain businesses, and their token is essentially their stock. That is exactly what it is. They justify it in terms of the SEC by using it within their ecosystem for, you know, to allow it's like the fluid or the oil of their ecosystem, but it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a blockchain business. 90% of cryptos now roughly are blockchain businesses, not monetary coins. Back in 2013 to 2014, it was almost 100% were monetary coins, and Ethereum was really the leader to show, hey, well, crypto doesn't have to be a monetary coin. It can be a business, business built on a blockchain. And so that's why I like Doge in general. I like it that, so it's a better bet overall, in my opinion. My opinion could be wrong. than blockchain businesses because most businesses fail. Money typically takes longer to fail, which money in the end typically fails in a country after a couple hundred years or whatever. Historic, it's cyclical. And so I think it's a better bet. So I'm not dissing Doge. I actually like monetary coins. I'm a monetary coin bull, I guess. I'm just an enthusiast of monetary coins as opposed to blockchain businesses, because most of these businesses out here, I mean, haven't done shit. Look at VeChain. What has it done? Absolutely freaking nothing. It's just promises for 5 years. It's literally done nothing. Its blockchain is not being very used. It's number 25 in terms of the most used blockchains in the world. And things like Tone, for example, are kicking its butt in terms of businesses using Tone's blockchain for business purposes because they have customers, right? So I'm not picking on VeChain at all. Great project, you know, this and that, but it's still almost the case for why I think Dogecoin's good in general is that most blockchain companies in crypto have been making promises with zero results for over 5 years now. VeChain, Cardano, hell, Cardano just made a promise about freaking Africa. They still haven't produced anything, right? So that's one good thing about Doge. They don't have to make promises for 5 years just to fail on year 10, because most of these companies are going to fail, right? Just Google what percentage of companies fail within 5 years or within 10 years. The percentage is over 90. That's going to be true of blockchain as well, right? So, and once those blockchain businesses run out of investor money, because they're not producing any revenue because they haven't done shit, they're going to close. These blockchain businesses literally only exist because people are throwing money at it, because they keep promising and have YouTubers cover it. They're not doing anything. Ethereum's doing something, Polkadot's doing something. So there are some that are doing things. Tone is doing things, but the vast majority have nothing. They're doing nothing. Wax is another one that's doing some good stuff. People, like a lot of consumer, actually OMI too. I mean, OMI is in use. I've talked to people outside of crypto. They're talking about their kids trade NFTs. And I was like, well, how do they do it? On it with OMI or whatever. So OMI's one that's getting real world adoption as well. I used to diss OMI because it got too hot too fast, just like Dogecoin. I gave people the warning, right? And if you want to look at OMI price, this is when I was warning people, folks. I'm telling you. I was making a bunch of YouTube videos around here. It's going to crash. It got too hot too fast. It started off too big. It's got too much hype. This is when you want to be selling, not buying. And look what freaking happened. Okay, let's look at the percentage loss on this. 91%. So Doge has some downside, most likely. So I don't know if you are, if I am intelligently connecting these points of evidence to the idea that selling into the next rally might be a good idea. But even if I'm not, the one thing you Dogecoin holders, which is fine, I'm not saying that in a bad way at all. I just justified why I like Doge in general terms, right? For about 10 minutes. But if there's one thing you take from this, you need to be able to use TradingView and at minimum, use basic indicators like EMAs. Do you need to watch my channel to get that? No, but it's free there. You can watch it on ×2 speed, set up your chart just like mine, and you'll understand everything about it. Well, not everything about it, but you'll understand the basics of what you're looking at, both from a structure and bearish cross standpoint and all that stuff. All right? So if I can stress one thing, even if it's not believing me or taking my word for it in a relief rally because you think it's going to keep going up, at bare minimum, make a TradingView account and at least pull up EMAs. Watch a few videos on how to do it. Mine's free in the library. If you liked what you saw, or if you disliked what you saw, I challenge yourself to like save this video and come back to it, especially if you're convinced it's going to go up from here to $1, right? Save this video and see what happens, because the probabilities are definitely on my side, but it's definitely not a 100%. So for folks who don't like this content because you want it to go up forever, that's actually, you are the type of person this type of video is going to help the most. A lot of my subscribers came from me talking about OMI and Pirate Chain and Harmony One because it got too hot too fast, and I saved a lot of folks. So I'm trying to do the same with Doge because I guess it's the most adopted crypto in all of the US right now. So be safe out there. Get a TradingView account, pull up EMAs, watch some videos on how to do that. Check out mine if you want. Y'all just got timified.